let's try that again. Greetings, booktubers. Yeah, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm at work and it's my Monday. So of course I'm going to be a little bit tongue-tied, why not? Anyway, just a quick review of He Died with His Eyes Open by Derek Robinson. I'm sorry, Derek Raymond. Derek Raymond. I knew I was wrong as soon as I said it. Okay, He Died with His Eyes Open, Derek Raymond. It's my introduction in two ways. Introduction to Derek Raymond's work. It's also the first book of a series. And I'll tell you what, as an introduction to somebody's work, this is quite the intro. It's a riveting book, and I'll get into more detail in a moment. It's also my introduction to British noir. I've read American noir. I've read, I don't think I've actually ever read French noir. I've seen some films that were French noir. But this is my first encounter with in any format with British noir, and it's impactful. The Brits are as good at this as they are at so many other things. And this book is told first person point of view by an unnamed detective. He has to investigate the murder of what appears to be a down on his luck drunkard who was found horribly beaten and his body discarded in a very bad area of London. He's told a number of times, the detective, just wrap it up. Don't even try. It's not worth it. He was just a drunkard who got himself beat up. It's not worth the effort. But the detective comes across some valuable information in the form of cassettes recorded by the victim. Okay, cassettes. Yes, this is published in 1984. Cassettes were a thing then. And as he listens to the cassettes, he begins to identify with the victim on a very deep level. And he becomes obsessed with finding the killers. And he's determined that it is killers because no one could have gotten that badly beaten by one person. And the more he delves into it, the more obsessed he becomes. I won't give any spoilers, but he makes some decisions that even he's ashamed of in the investigation because he is that determined to get to the bottom of who killed this man. He works for the Department of Unexplained Deaths, and it's kind of the bastard stepchild of the London police force. And I don't know if this is a real thing or if it's something made up for the story. If anybody's watching that knows the London police force, if you could let me know if there really is such a department. I'd be really interested to know, or if it's just a fictionalized thing that the author made up. It's where the deaths of people that the main police force, the elite police force, just don't want to bother with, get thrown. And this detective works for that department. He gets thrown this bone. And as I said, he's advised by his superiors and co-workers that he needs to just wrap it up and call it a day. But again, he refuses because he's obsessed with the way he identifies with the victim. It's a very dark story in the crime that's committed, in the places he goes to pursue the investigation are probably the darkest corners of London, at least in 1984. And dark also because of what he goes through interiorly in his own emotions, his own obsessions with the case. as he also finds the guy on the cassettes, the victim, went through a similar encounter with his own dark inner self. And it's a very dark, and it's not just a straightforward murder mystery. It's much more than that. It's noir at its best, in that it takes this character, this detective that's nameless, and charts his spiral downward in good noir fashion. There is, of course, a woman involved. There always is in noir, and that's another dark element in the story. And the way the story spirals, it takes you along. It just pulls you in, and it takes you on this spiraling downward binge to get to the bottom of this crime and the victim's life. It's worth reading. It is definitely worth reading. I don't know if you personally, people out there, how you feel about noir. I know sometimes it's an acquired taste, but if you're going to start with, if you've never read noir, this is a good book to start with, in that it's an excellent example of that genre. And even if you've read noir before and you didn't care for it, I'd still give this one a try, because it has its own bit of uniqueness that helps it rise above just the mainstream mystery. So that's it. He Died with His Eyes Open, Derek Raymond. Highly recommend. I'm giving it 5 stars on Goodreads. There was nothing about this book that I didn't like. Right from the beginning, right to the end. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, look forward to your comments down below. Have you read it? Are you interested in reading it? What are your thoughts on noir? Or the fact that the Brits are really good at it? Apparently, anyway, at least this guy is. And yeah, that's about it. It's a review, a quick review. And we'll talk at you later. Look forward to seeing you again. Bye.